Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Heat star ruled out as potential trade target for Lakers. After crashing out of the playoffs via a 4-0 sweep, the Miami Heat have some tough decisions to make. Pat Riley must decide whether to retool the roster or begin a rebuild. As things stand, it's unlikely that Miami is taking any player out of trade discussions. Therefore, Bam Adebayo could potentially be available for the right price. During a recent episode of the Buha's Block podcast with the Athletic's Jovan Buha, the Los Angeles Lakers insider ruled out Adebayo as a potential trade target. Buha believes that Adebayo would be tough to pry from the Heat. Buha also noted how the big man's inability to be a lob threat could make him a suboptimal fit next to Luka Doncic. I think he'd be good next to Luka because they're both all-star, all-NBA guys, and they're both smart and they can make it work, Buha said. I think Bam is not enough of a lob threat for what the Lakers would want. Defensively, he'd be great because he's a great defender, but I don't know if they could get him. From a trade perspective, I don't really see LA having enough to offer Miami. Adebayo is one of the leaders in the Heat's locker room. It would likely take a sizable offer for Miami to part with him. However, Miami's lack of tradable assets could force them into some uncomfortable negotiations. During the same podcast episode, Buha shared his idea for what an Adebayo trade between the Heat and Lakers could look like. The proposal looks like this: Lakers get Bam Adebayo, Heat get Austin Reaves, Dalton Connect, a 2030 pick swap and a 2031 unprotected first-round pick. I don't think Miami is doing that, Buha said after floating the trade package. If the Heat did opt to make Adebayo available via trade, they would likely get far better packages from other teams. Miami has no reason to sit down and negotiate with the Lakers outside of sending Adebayo to the Western Conference. Nevertheless, being swept in the first round of the playoffs has likely caused a new sense of urgency in the front office. So, there is always a slim chance Adebayo could be moved for a package built around Reaves and Neck. According to ESPN's Bobby Marks, who was speaking on an April 30th episode of ESPN's NBA Today, Miami should seriously consider entering a rebuilding phase. It's very hard threading the needle, Marks said. They've been a play-in team the last couple of years. Would they ever consider taking a step back, potentially taking the Oklahoma City approach? Maybe you get a core player back and draft picks, and going in that direction, they are going to be where they are a year from now, if there are no changes here. It may have to be taking a step back instead of going star chasing. While rebuilding is far from glamorous, it is often a necessary part of a team's life cycle. It's clear that Miami needs to restock on assets and begin developing young and sustainable talent. And while that would mean being among the worst teams in the NBA for a few years, the rewards could be significant. Miami has avoided a rebuild for long enough. Now could be the perfect time to tear things down and start building things back from scratch. Bronny James reveals if he thinks it's time for LeBron James to retire. Like father like son, and both LeBron James and his son, Bronny, were part of the Los Angeles Lakers' legacy in 2025. Although the team's season ended in the first round of the playoffs, it was still special for these two to be able to play together for the first time. Of course, LeBron is fielding questions about whether he'll be returning to the NBA next season and, if he does, if he'll be back with the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, Bronny is speaking out about whether he thinks it's time for his father to hang up the sneakers or go for another round. When asked about retirement immediately following the Lakers' season-ending loss to the Timberwolves April 30th, LeBron said it would be a family decision. Something I'll sit down with my family, my wife and my support group and kind of just talk through it and see what happens, he said. And just have a conversation with myself on how long I want to continue to play. I don't know, LeBron added regarding how much longer he planned to play in the NBA. I don't have an answer to that. In the same press conference, LeBron gushed over what it was like to play ball with his son, Bronny, stating, "To be able to play the game that I love and to be able to be alongside my son, this whole year has been one of the most gratifying, satisfying journeys I've ever been on." So, does Bronny want his dad back next season? The answer is yes. Speaking with Fox Sports, Bronny made it very clear he wants his dad to return for another season as a member of the Lakers. "Yeah, for sure," Bronny told Fox Sports in a May 1st interview. "However long he can come back for, it's always a pleasure being around him. He's locked in. The stuff he does for his body and the preparation and stuff like that, I want to take full advantage of it." Bronny also said it was a blessing to be able to play with and learn from his father. Being able to learn from him, not only as a player, but as a dad. "It's a different type of relationship," Bronny said. "I try to take full advantage of it because it's something that a lot of people can't have. It was an amazing experience for me. And I'm looking forward to learning more from him, if he's still here or not, either way. But I'm just looking forward to it." Bronny has also brushed off criticism about favoritism for being LeBron's son, telling The Athletic in March, "My first thought about everything is I always try to just let it go through one ear and out the other. Put my head down and come to work and be positive every day." LeBron shares children LeBron Bronny James Jr., Bryce Maximus, and Juri Nova with wife Savannah James. Lakers predicted to get turned down by $54 million star. Luka Doncic's long-term future and LeBron James' immediate future are on top of the Los Angeles Lakers' offseason priorities. But not far behind is Austin Reaves, who is also extension eligible this summer. The Ringer's Zach Lowe is expecting Reaves to decline a Lakers extension and enter unrestricted free agency after next season. "I'm just excited for any Austin Reaves extension drama, and there's not going to be any," Lowe said on his podcast, The Zach Lowe Show, on May 1st after the Lakers were eliminated. "I would be absolutely baffled if he took any extension the Lakers can offer him. I'm just excited for any reason for Bill Simmons to bring up the Spurs not pursuing Austin Reaves in the offseason." The San Antonio Spurs emerged as a legitimate threat to lure Reaves away from Los Angeles in the summer of 2023. But they got scared in the end, according to Hoopshype's Michael Scotto, and Reaves ultimately re-signed for just a $54 million deal over 4 years to remain with the Lakers. The Spurs considered offering Reaves a restricted free agency sheet worth $21 million per season, league sources told Hoops Hype. Ultimately, however, the Spurs were scared off by the widespread belief that the Lakers would match any offer sheet for Reaves and chose to preserve cap space as a salary dump destination for future draft pick compensation, Scotto reported in July 2023. After taking another leap this season, Reaves has outplayed his current contract with the Lakers. Lowe is not alone in his thoughts of Reaves delaying signing a new contract until after next season. In February, Jovan Buha of The Athletic also said the same about Reaves and his looming extension talks with the Lakers this summer. "How I expect this to play out is the Lakers will make their contract extension offer to Austin on July 6 or sometime around then, and they will offer him about 4 years, $88 million-ish to $90 million, The Athletic's Lakers beat reporter said on his podcast Buha's Block on February 25. Somewhere in that range, which if you average that out is about $22 to $23 million per year on an annual basis, that is below Austin's market value. Reaves blossomed into a 20-point scorer this season and nearly averaged 20-5-5 as the third option for the Lakers. He is highly valued within the Lakers organization that they kept him out of the trade talks over the past 2 deadlines. I suspect the Lakers will make the formal offer of an extension and say, "Hey, this is the most we can offer. We'd love for you to sign this and remain a Laker for the foreseeable future," Buha continued. "I'd expect Austin to decline that and not sign that extension and then opt out after the 2025-26 season. He's got a player option for 2026-27. And you, fan? What do you think about Austin Reaves' situation? Write to us in the comments.